I've been in the auto industry 40 years, and I've never seen this kind of investment.
$6.5 billion strictly dedicated to EVs.
Wedbush says spending on commercial EVs should top $1.2 trillion between now and 2030.
We're building the future of the electric vehicle.
The EV market has indeed shown signs of pressure, with a notable decline in global sales. In 2023, EV sales dropped by 15% compared to the previous year, marking the first ever annual decline. The EV market may have just taken a big hit. Why? Too many problems, from economic pressures to technological barriers, are contributing to the market's decline. This sudden downturn has sparked concerns about the long-term viability of the industry, as it faces significant headwinds. The decline is even more evident when considering the rapid growth the industry experienced in previous years, with sales increasing by over 50% in 2021 and 2022. What's behind the sudden slowdown? Several factors contributed to the EV market slump, making it a complex issue to address. One major reason is the global semiconductor shortage, which has severely impacted EV production. In short, caused by a combination of factors, including supply chain disruptions and increased demand, has resulted in a significant reduction in EV manufacturing. Besides, rising raw material costs, particularly for lithium and nickel, have increased manufacturing expenses, making EVs less competitive in the market. The cost of lithium, a crucial component in EV batteries, has risen by over 20% in the past year alone, adding to the industry's challenges. Furthermore, the ongoing energy crisis has led to increased electricity costs, reducing the cost-effectiveness of EVs and making them less attractive to consumers. Government incentives and subsidies have been instrumental in driving EV adoption, making them an attractive option for environmentally conscious consumers. But many countries are now scaling back those programs, making the EV market more unpredictable. The United States, for instance, ended its federal EV tax credit in 2022, which provided a significant boost to EV sales. China, the world's largest EV market, reduced its subsidies by 30% in 2023. Citing concerns about over-subsidization and the need for the industry to become self-sustaining. The European Union has also announced plans to phase out EV incentives by 2025 as part of its broader goal to achieve carbon neutrality. This shift in government policies has created uncertainty for EV manufacturers, making it challenging for them to plan and invest in the long term. Unsurprisingly, the removal of incentives has led to a decline in EV sales in several countries. In the United States, EV sales dropped by 20% in the first quarter of 2023, compared to the same period in 2022. Similarly, in China, EV sales declined by 15% in the first half of 2023 compared to the same period in 2022. This decline in sales has put pressure on EV manufacturers to reduce costs and increase efficiency to remain competitive. What's the impact of intense competition? The EV market has become increasingly crowded, with traditional automakers and new entrants vying for market share. This intense competition has led to reduced profit margins, making it challenging for companies to sustain their EV offerings. The market has seen a surge in new entrants, including tech companies like Tesla, Rivian, and Lucid Motors, which have disrupted the traditional automotive industry. Established players like Volkswagen, General Motors, and Nissan are also investing heavily in EV technology, further intensifying the competition. This competition means constant pressure to make better, cheaper cars, a hard balance to find. So many EV options make it confusing for buyers and hard for manufacturers to stand out. To try to win customers, companies are getting into price wars, cutting into their profits and making it harder to keep EV programs running long-term. The focus has also shifted to cars with the longest driving range and fastest charging times. But that means bigger and more expensive batteries, adding to manufacturers' costs. Some companies are teaming up to share parts and designs, hoping to save money and stay in the game. What role does range anxiety and battery concerns play? One of the biggest worries for people thinking about buying an electric vehicle EV is the fear of the battery running low during a long drive, known as range anxiety. It's like the worry you might feel if your phone's battery is about to die and there's no charger in sight. This concern is made worse by the fact that there aren't enough places to charge EVs quickly. Fast charging stations, which can power up most of an EV's battery in just half an hour, are especially hard to find. The shortage of these charging spots is a big reason why some people are hesitant to switch to electric cars. They don't want to be stuck on the side of the road or have to plan their trips around where they can charge up. While governments and businesses are investing in and improving more charging stations, it's still a tough problem to solve. They're trying to ensure that there are enough charging stations and that they work well and fast so people can feel confident about driving EVs without worry. But it's going to take time to build all these stations and ensure they're in the right places. The Biden administration's ambitious target for electric vehicle adoption has faced a reality check. Initially, the goal was set at an optimistic 67% of new vehicles to be electric by 2032. Despite this adjustment, the goal remains a significant leap from the current market share of EVs, which was less than 8% last year. This overly enthusiastic target prompted manufacturers to accelerate EV production, anticipating a surge in demand that has not materialized at the expected rate. In 2023, nearly 1 in 5 cars sold was electric, with sales nearing 14 million globally. Yet, this growth is heavily concentrated in specific markets like China, Europe, and the United States, accounting for 95% of these sales. In contrast, other developed markets like Japan and India have seen limited EV sales. The mismatch between the production growth and actual demand has led to an abundance in the market. Manufacturers, driven by the initial targets, have found themselves with an oversupply of EVs, as consumer uptake hasn't kept pace with the optimistic projections. This has resulted in high inventory levels and has contributed to the current market downturn for electric vehicles. The cost of EVs is a critical factor influencing consumer decisions. Last year, the average sale price for an EV was approximately $53,500. This figure is notably higher than the average price of a new gas car, which was reported at $47,401. The difference of over $6,000 makes it evident why so many consumers hesitate to make the switch to electric. The price of EVs becomes even more alarming when considering the average annual salary in the US. With such a high initial investment, potential buyers are likely to be discouraged, especially when budget-friendly options are available in the form of gasoline vehicles. The difference in pricing is not just a slight bump, it's a significant leap that can impact a family's finances or an individual's savings plan. Moreover, while the operating costs of EVs are lower than those of gas-powered cars, they do not quickly offset the high purchase price for most consumers. The average cost to run an EV in the United States is about $485 per year, compared to $1,117 for a gasoline-powered vehicle. While this shows long-term savings, the upfront cost remains a barrier. The automotive market is sensitive to consumer demand and purchasing power. With the average cost of EVs being higher than gas vehicles, affordability is clearly a major issue in the widespread adoption of electric mobility. Can the EV market recover? While the challenges facing the EV market are significant, the industry is not without hope. Advances in technology, investments in charging infrastructure, and innovative business models can help revive growth. By 2030, EVs are expected to account for over 50% of new car sales, signaling a significant shift towards a more sustainable transportation sector. The electric vehicle market faces significant challenges, but it's not too late to address them. Industry stakeholders, government, and consumers must work together to create a sustainable future for EVs. By acknowledging the pressing issues and collaborating on solutions, we can ensure a bright future for electric vehicles. And that's it for this video. Please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our future videos.